All right, guys, we're about to show you this job we just finished. Let me know in the comments, a 1 to 10, how nice is this backyard? What's up, everybody? This is Steve with All One Landscape. What we do here is all outdoor landscaping. We do artificial turf, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, raised decks, you name it, we do it. We service the Bay Area all the way from San Jose to Redwood City and the Peninsula. All of my information will be down in the subscription, so please take a look. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you a backyard landscape that we did from scratch. We ripped everything out of the backyard. We removed decking, some trees, some planting, you name it, we removed it. And we installed a backyard, some hardscape, which is pavers. We did a gas line, we did electrical line, so we added a fire pit. We did a few pergolas, actually small arbors, and we did a bocce ball court that the homeowner uses as a bocce ball, and he uses for a little putting green. So it has a little hole that with the top cover when he's using it for bocce ball, and then he could take that off when he's not to use it for his little putting green.
Steven, this sounds like a complicated build. Was it?
It wasn't too complicated. It was more for me, just attention to detail, right? When you get down to doing a project like this size, there's a lot of time involved. There's a lot of communication with the homeowners involved. And then there's just a lot of things that go that we don't see. So all the unforeseen stuff, the dig out, the process of compaction on base rock so we could install the pavers, and then just a lot of measuring. One thing that people sometimes don't understand is that most houses that sit inside of a property, the boundaries are not square. So when you're building a project, you want everything to be squared to the house. So we're not pulling measurements from a fence line, because obviously when you come out of your back door and you're looking at something, it might look real crooked at that point. It might look, odd to you, like, hey, why did this end up this way? Or why is this walkway veering off this way? So everything needs to be squared to the house. So there's a lot of communication, a lot of detail, and a lot of measure twice, cut once.
When a customer tells you, hey, these are my ideas, what's the next step to make sure they get exactly what they want? Do you use a designer?
So for me, the initial walkthrough, I'm always gonna ask those questions. I wanna know the detail. I wanna know what they're gonna use this backyard for. I wanna know, are you a homeowner that entertains a lot? Do you have a big family? Do you invite them over a lot? Those are huge things in the process of, do they need a design? Do they not? For me, a project anything over $10,000, I'm always gonna push you to get a design. The reason being is that people never understand the money that is put in between both of you. And I say money because money is the #1 thing that's gonna spark a sour relationship. When you start out, you don't get a design and you just think that you know what you're getting, and you're halfway through the project, you have half of your money out, the contractor has half of their money out, and you guys come to a point where you're like, hey, this is not what I wanted. And you're like, well, you said, and we had this written down. But aesthetically, you're looking at things and you're like, yeah, but this is not the direction I wanted to go. So to answer your question, do you get a design? I would strongly recommend it. All right, guys, let's take a look at the backyard.
How long did this project take you?
This project was because of weather. So we started this project, if you're from the Bay Area and you understand that this year we had about 15, 16 days of rain, and we got a lot of rain. Yeah. So what happened is when we started this project, we did all the demolition. This was a project that it started raining right in the middle when it was just dirt. So it turned into mud. We had to let it dry out. So the length of the project was about 8 weeks. This project should have been done probably in about 6 weeks. but it did take an additional 2 weeks because of our prep work that needed to be done. When we had to compact for base rock that goes under the paver, we had to come in, put down layers, compact, let it dry out, come in and compact one more time. All right, guys, we're about to show you this job we just finished. Let me know in the comments, a 1 to 10, how nice is this backyard? So we ripped this whole yard out. So this was there was a planter area here, small old concrete walkway, planter area here. We removed everything in this backyard. So here's the backyard. We did some pavers. We did that's for their, they have a big hammock that's on that small arbor that's there. And then we did artificial turf. We did the water feature. We installed a gas line to this fire pit that they got here. This was a project that it took us, like I said, it was about 6 to 8 weeks. It ended up taking us 8 weeks due to the weather. We did a bunch of low voltage lighting, as you can see. I will drop some pictures in the when you subscribe and like. You can see at nighttime though the lighting. I mean, it just really brings this yard to a whole nother, takes to a whole nother level. Something I like to show you that I take pride in with this work is the pavers is the obvious, but the detail to me is in the cuts of your paver. Let's come over here and I'll show you these steps that we did. So for me, with these steps, take a look at the corners, the 45-degree angle cuts, the side, the edging. We didn't just get a paver. A lot of people will take a paver, they'll install this one, install the next one, and then they'll just install this one. And to me, it looks like we put no effort in that. We didn't spend no time on making the cuts. We didn't spend I just feel like we're not thinking outside the box. It's just business as usual. Yeah, just throw the pavers there. No, it's making the right cuts and really paying attention to detail. If you take a look at our border, so this is a Belgard 6x9 border. Take a look at your curves here. You know, each one of these curves has to have a cut. But what you don't want to see is this little 45 degree, sorry, it's not a 45, but 36 degree angle cut here. You don't want to just put 6x9, 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 and then just get one or two that just have a big pizza cut or pie cut. You want to take every individual and take a little bit out of each one on your cuts. That's what the detail that I look for as a business owner, and I think that's what a client would appreciate that we did, and that's why I feel that's what separates All One Landscape from my competitors. So another thing that we do is I'm not an electrician. I don't try to step on any other trade. Yes, I could probably do the work, but I'm not gonna get into that line of business because I just can't perfect it. But I worked with her electrician. He came out, he told me what he needed, and I ran all the pipe for him. So if you can see these gray pipes here, that one is going to be just a plug. They have this client likes to host a lot, so she will have a plug there just to plug in for some outdoor things that she has going here. That one is going to be, she has a pergola that she did not want us to build just because, as we all know, wood can get expensive, and right now wood is at its all-time high. So you can buy a prefab pergola cheaper than I could build one. Just be honest. So what she did is she ordered a pergola that they're going to be putting up here at a later date, and she wants some lights like she has along the fence installed on the pergola. So that's going to be, we measured how big it's going to be, and that's one of the posts are going to be there, and then that line will run up and it'll give her a plug-in for future electrical. So this arbor is for the husband and wife have a hammock that they put here, and so we installed these two posts. She wanted to, when we first started talking about this, it was just going to be a hammock she was putting there, and we made it, bring some character to it. So we installed the arbor kind of to match one thing I'll give that I like to do is when installing a landscape, size of yard is big for a contractor to give those recommendations. For me, go big. It's exaggeration. You want a little bit of exaggeration in a yard this size. So we use 6x6 posts, 2x6 redwood on the top, and then we just put the 2x4s and then 2x2s. All of these are not prefabbed. All of this, my guys cut them, my guys built them, and we put all the little accents on them. We installed the low voltage lighting. If you take a look at the steps, again, I will post some pictures on our subscription when you take a look at them, but the steps have lighting in them underneath. This backyard, you look at it and it's like, oh, nice, beautiful. You know, no biggie, throw it together. And when I explain, there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that we don't see. Something is like drainage. So if you see the downspouts of these gutters, there's drainage piping there that's here. So this was drainage that was installed when the builder built this house. We just made sure that it worked. But if it's a house that doesn't have this, we do install those types of drainage. If you take a look where you're standing, we installed this drain here because this area before used to get puddled with water. So we added that drain there, tied it in. There's another drainage on that side. If you take a look at this patio, you can't see it, but there's a 2% grade. So all of the water needs to be running away from the house into the planter boxes. If you get a rain like we just had recently, like 15 days straight of rain, it takes it in quite fast. You want to make sure that you got some outlets to push that water out. All right, guys. Well, once again, this is a finished project that we spent some time on. Let me know what you think about it. 1 through 10, drop it in the comments below. And if you need any type of work, patios, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, retainer walls, raised decks, send us a message. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.